What's up, everybody? Wow. That was an intense voice crack. Let's try that again. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman Anniversary Collection. I, of course, am What the Fnu, and in this episode, we're going to be taking on the rest of the Robot Masters. Hopefully 3 at a time. Hopefully not get our asses kicked immediately. Okay, so we've beaten Bubble Man, Metal Man, and Flash Man. From what I understand, water is really good against fire, so we're going to go take care of Heat Man. And I know for a fact a lot of you have been looking forward to this level. This and Quick Man. You know what? Let's just get all of the problem levels out of the way in one episode, shall we? Should I do that, or should I just kind of spread it out? Make it... Ah! Oh, you spawn infinitely. Okay. That's fun. And by fun, I mean agitating. That's the exact opposite. And that's how you explain a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Well, so far this is kind of easy, but this isn't the part that worries me. Oh no, that's coming up in a little bit. So yeah, what I was trying to say before I got distracted by the game was... Oh, come on. Boing. What are those... You remember those things with, like, the suction cups on the bottom? I'm positive I'm not the first person to make this comparison. There were these old toys that had, like, suction cups on the bottom of them, and you'd stick them to, like, a table or something. And eventually the tension of the spring would just pop them right back up again. Did Wily seriously create weaponized versions of those? Like, really, dude? Okay, you got a robot man. You got one of your helpers for taking... Well, I knew that was going to happen. Yet I did it anyway. Thought maybe I could push him just a little too far. Like, you've got a robot master that shoots bubbles as one of your primary tools for taking over the planet. And you use household toys as one of your primary forms of tack. Okay. Yeah, Wily, you were just... Oh, you had the right idea from the start, didn't you? Oh, this friggin' sucks, by the way. Can I just throw that out there? This is not fun. Those are not good times, just kind of sitting there waiting to be hit so you can use the invincibility frames to sneak by. Oh! Whew. Got lucky there. Didn't even realize what the timing was, but... Okay, wait, platform going up. Is this... Yeah, this is exactly what I think it is. Oh, God. Oh, God. I could go back. I could go back to one of the other levels. But no. You guys want me to beat Item 2. And I'm sure you're going to tell me it's because you want me to beat the game legit. You want me to maintain my status as a hardcore gamer. No, it's because you're fucking sadists! You're all sadists! It begins. You're going to start me back here with these guys? I got to climb all over the platforms again? Oh, this is going to be fun times. This is going to be fun for everyone. I want to see a children's book based on Mega Man. Just fun for everyone with that title. Oh, wait a minute. They're kind of already... Wasn't there that thing on game trailers a long time ago? That guy who created, like, storybooks based on video games? Yeah, he already did that. He, like, did M is for Mega Man. Like, that alphabet book based on the Mega Man series. God, that was years ago. Now I'm getting nostalgic. That's like back when I first discovered the website. Well, maybe not first discovered it, but it's one of the oldest memories I have of game trailers. Great site. Community. You guys should check out game trailers. Just don't bother making an account. There's no point joining these conversations. Speaking from experience here, I've tried. Just trust me. After 5 years, I'm completely burned out on what these people think. Not the people making the videos, the people watching the videos. I don't know, is it really okay? Is it really fair for me to say things like that in a video, like calling out someone else's community? I feel like that's really underhanded. That's not really professionally courteous, I should say. It's like you look at guys like the Angry Video Game Nerd. He had a roast not too long ago. I'm not sure how many of you know this, but I think it's John Silverman, Jared Silverman. I know it's JS, and I know the last name is Silverman, but he hosted this thing that was going on. But there's a certain part of the roast where somebody makes a joke about Chris Borez. For those of you who are new to the internet, Chris Borez is the irate gamer. He is famous for being one of the more hateable ripoffs of the Angry Video Game Nerd. He doesn't have a lot of fans anymore, and I can't say... Well, here I go again, but I can't say it's completely unjustified. I got a story to tell. I'll keep going. Usually I'd cut ahead here, but the thing is, when somebody told a joke about Chris Borez for the first time, James had this really painful look on his face. He just had this expression like he did not want to be there right now. Like he was completely uncomfortable with what was going on. Like that is you've seen this guy suffer in videos. Like he has played through some of the worst games made for the Nintendo, some of the worst games ever made, and this is the most painful expression I've ever seen on his face. Like, and it's easy to understand why, if you think about it. James just has an attitude. He doesn't have any enemies. Now, let's think about that for a second. James does not have any enemies in the YouTube community. That's because he doesn't try to make them. He doesn't go out of his way to, like, call somebody out or make fun of anyone else or their style. And he's made a lot of friends because of that. The thing is, I don't think he realized at first that people were going to make so many jokes about the guy. He doesn't have a problem with Chris himself, even though a lot of other people do. I mean, he's within every right. He was there first, and Chris is just kind of riding his coattails. I mean, he has every right to kind of be miffed about the guy, but he chooses to take the high road, and it's a really cool position for that. You know what? I've officially made that decision. No more jokes about other YouTubers on this channel. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure I don't... Because, you know, it's a community. We should treat it like one. So, no PewDiePie jokes, no... I would ask you guys to do the same thing. I've actually... Rez brought out a very interesting point. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Rez is a friend over at Dumpster Chicken. We've been playing through Megaman X together recently on his Let's Play channel. You should go check that out. In fact, here's an annotation right here in case you want some more stuff from me. Because I haven't made a promotional video for this yet or made an announcement or anything. Might as well give him promotion somewhere or let you guys see more of my stuff. But anyways, I've completely forgot what I was talking about. Yes! Okay. He mentioned that I have a really cool community. Like, I've had the benefit of not getting a whole lot of hate. Like, you guys are all super, super nice. And I appreciate that. I didn't really notice it until he said it. But yeah, I've rarely, if ever, had to deal with any trolls on this channel. And that's really cool. So, if I may make a request of all of you guys out there, I would like you to refrain from making any jokes of that. Like, I don't want to make any enemies out there. I want everybody to just be kind of friends. So, no PewDiePie jokes, no Rats of Prey jokes, none of that. No making jokes about Chris Borez in the comments section, none of that. Okay, we cool? Alright, we cool ski. Now that I can actually focus on what I'm playing instead of what I'm saying, maybe I'll actually get past this now. Alright, there's 2 points where you have to jump up like that. Okay, you think I would have learned after the 15th time I've done this? Too busy trying to write peace treaties to actually play the game. Dance, Mega Man, dance. Make the time go by. Up, up. Okay. Remember who you are. You are my artificial son and the one true defender. I kind of want that to be a thing now. Like Dr. Light just shows up in the clouds. Wouldn't that be like a Mega Man X thing? Ow! All I gotta do is stay ahead of the... Oh! Right idea, just pushed it a little too far. Isn't that sad? I've done this so much, I know where the exact hitbox is and where I'm going to land. I should have just kept... Ooh, extra life. How generous of you. Watch me lose it immediately. I love that life just sitting down there. Somebody at Capcom is laughing their ass off every time somebody... No! Oh, I didn't even count the number of bricks out it is. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a mental note of that next time. Like, how far I need to go in order to make that happen. Crud. There we go. Ha! Ha! I love that laugh. Anyone out there who's played Shovel Knight knows where that laugh is from. That's a great game, by the way. I love any, especially the sequel, Shovel Knight 2. I love any game that explains, that goes into what happens after the knight has rescued the princess, like after they're a married couple and whatnot. Like, well, my days of adventuring are behind me. Now I can just kind of kick back and let life pass me by. And of course, the wife isn't going to settle for that. You're like, you used to be this big, strong adventurer back in the day. Why don't you go out there and actually do something with all those skills you've forgotten over the course? All those skill trees you've regressed on over the past couple years. I want to see a game that goes into that, too. Like beer. You can actively do something that erases your skill tree. Like, they have an explanation for if you don't use it, you lose it. And don't make it an annoying mechanic. Just make it something that the player consciously chooses to do and make it a funny thing. That's like... Oh, that's untouched territory. Like, making the character less perfect than they could be. Because most games are about building your character up. They're about becoming more powerful. Not many games get into the idea of making a character less than when they started. I believe there was this game. I could not remember the name of it even if you put a gun to my head. But the thing, it was a Metroid-style game where you started with all the... Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh! I knew it, too! I just had a feeling! Muscle memory guided me there. I remember this game on Kickstarter. It touted itself as a Metroidvania game where you started with all the powers, but in order to survive, you had to lose them. Well, this is a fine pickle. No! And I thought that idea was really fascinating. Fast forward. I'm sorry if I kind of went on for a bit about that whole James Rolfe mentality thing. Anytime something is really... I've noticed that I do this. I tend to drag on for a little bit when I'm explaining something I think is kind of important. You gotta understand, I was raised on JRPGs. I'm used to talking a little too long. And whenever I'm conscious of it, though. Whenever I'm designing a cutscene in a story or some kind of scene, I realize I have to be brief. And it's an interesting little writing exercise. It's kind of hard to do something like that in advance, though, when you're just kind of going off the cuff, off the hip, in just sort of on-the-spot comedy that Let's Play is supposed to be. You're just kind of forced to be yourself in a sense. And a lot of Let's Players will talk about that. One of the things about Let's Plays is you have to talk constantly in order to keep it entertaining. You always have to have something to say. And that can get you into trouble, because now people start to know you really personally. Eventually, you just start letting some really personal stuff loose. And people start to know you on a very specific level. There we go. There we go. There we go. Land ho! Yeah, baby. Okay, screw you. Screw you. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I got a fresh continue here, so at least I have enough. At least I know I have maximum lives going in. May as well study this guy ahead of time. I've only got half of a life bar here. Let's not waste any of my, oh, what's the name of the weapon again? My bubbles. Those things. Alright, Heat Man, let's do... Oh. Oh, you spew fireballs. Oh, it's a spread, too! Oh, that's an interesting pattern. I see. Okay, if I manage to shoot you, you go straight back into the fiery ball. Oh! Okay, I understand how to beat him without the power-up. I just didn't do it. Okay, I can't do it! I want to beat him without power-ups! I understand him now. Damn it, one try. Okay, I've got one extra life. Let me at least try. Okay. Okay, I've got the timing down. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's getting faster. You just don't know when it's going to happen. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on, you sucker. Come on, you Zippo lighter. Overgrown. Yes! Woohoo! Not bad. Not bad at all. I love breaking convention. And on my first try, too. Well, technically second try, but you know what I mean. Oh, that was so satisfying. I am so happy with that. That's one of my favorite parts of this project so far. Item 1 completed. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard if this turns out to be the hoverboard. Man. Man. I'm gonna be like, you dicks. You dicks. Okay, we're up to 20 minutes right now. I'm not sure how much of that I'm gonna have to cut out, though. Okay, let's just go. Woodman! The greatest robot master! Holy shit, I bet I'm not the first person to point this out either, but... Okay, we got a robot. We gotta make a super powerful robot who's gonna strike fear into everybody who sees him. What are we gonna do? We make him out of wood. Brilliant! 5 stars. Promotions for everybody. Okay. Bunny robots, of course. You go into the forest, you need some forest animals like bats. Or... Well, I guess we got caves here that we're going through, although this looks like wood, actually. This whole place looks like we're inside a giant tree or something, which is actually a neat effect, considering this was on the Nintendo. Oh, I'm not going to spoil why, but I am getting into this recently. Like, the specifics behind what the Nintendo was graphically capable of. It's some fascinating stuff if you get into it. Did you know, for instance, did you know that every sprite in an NES game can only have up to 3... It can only have a palette of 4 colors, and one of them always has to be transparent. And now you're thinking, well, what the hell? We've got Mega Man here, and he's got, like, 6 colors. How did they pull that off? I'll tell you how. And this is going to blow your mind when you think about it. Mega Man is actually 2 sprites layered on top of one another, and they're acting in tandem with each other. This is how they got around the 3-color limitation of the character. This is also why you see games like DuckTales for the old NES. Scrooge's cape was actually red instead of blue. That was a technical thing. They had to do that because of the limitations of the system. So yeah, I just kind of filled you in on a little video game history there. As I get hugged by a gorilla. Hugged to death. It was beauty that killed the beast. As beautiful as a robot, modeled after a boy, can possibly be, I guess. Okay. That was a King Kong reference for those of you who didn't get it. I feel like my humor can be so... The thing is, my mind works on chains. Like, things remind me of different things. Which can be good if you're playing a video game, because you see something in a game and you're like, oh yeah, that reminds me of this. I mean, the Game Grumps made a living off of that. And going off on tangents and things like, oh, this reminds me of, wait a minute, what am I doing? Somebody actually told me to do this. They're given a super powerful weapon that can be fired in all 8 directions and has virtually limitless ammo. Why not use it? I just now realized this. I'm sorry. Okay. Now that we've turned on easy mode for this game... Whoa! Carrot missiles. Oh. I can fire in all 8 directions, and I somehow managed to completely miss with 3 saw blades. Genius. Oh, wow. Chickens. Apparently in this world, chickens are completely immune to your metallic powers. They also jump right over you if you stand perfectly still. It's like that thing. Charging bowls will actually go around you. They'll only trample you if you try running away, but they'll move out of the way of anything that's perfectly stationary. It's just an instinct thing. Okay, if I can live for just a... Well, no. Apparently that's too tall of an order, even with my special powers. Okay, let's try going in with full health this time. Maybe that'll contribute something a little better. I'm in a good mood, if you couldn't tell. I'm still riding on a high after that powerless beating of Heat Man, who I mistakenly called Fireman in one of my earlier episodes. Whoops. I guess I'm still in that Mega Man 1 mindset. I just liked the game that much, guys. I'm sorry. Yay! Tanking damage for the win! Who needs to time their jumps over the attacks? I've got powers on my side. I've got the almighty power of dominant strategy. Okay, now here's a request. I want to know if this is actually useful, because being able to summon a shield around yourself in any other game I've played, this has actually served me very well. Alright, well, not exactly the 3 I promised at the beginning, but we made something resembling progress. So, in the next episode... Well, I'll say it, but... you already know what's gonna happen. I'll see you then, guys.